And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week. And as we head into the home stretch this week, the debate was about debates. You know, I've been at every single debate because I believe the people of Pennsylvania, the Republican primary voters in particular, have the right to hear from the candidates up close and personal, unvarnished, unscripted, not reading off of a teleprompter, somebody else's words that were written down for them. And so I've participated in every debate to which we've been invited. And frankly, I think we've done pretty well. And the people of Pennsylvania continue to tell me, Charlie, I'd pay real money to see you debate Josh Shapiro. This week, Nexstar, a conglomerate out of Texas, held a quote-unquote statewide debate, didn't invite half, actually more than half, of the Republican candidates for governor. And the one thing that came out of that debate that we hear over and over again is that none of the people who were on the debate stage actually passed muster. And so this election is really and truly up for grabs as voters begin now to focus on who can defeat Josh Shapiro, who can take him on those 3 nights in October when he's going to be forced to climb onto a debate stage and take on the Republican nominee. Is it somebody that simply doesn't understand state government at any level, who hasn't addressed the questions head on even once? Is it going to be somebody who stammers and stutters if they don't have a prepared script in front of them? Or is it going to be somebody who is fundamentally prepared to be governor and to govern from day one? And so we're very, very optimistic about our chances coming in November, because we are very optimistic about our chances on May 17th. But it continues to be a lot of shoe leather for us. Last week we had our first 600-mile day. Think about that. 600 miles in a single day within the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Almost a 20-hour day on the road. And you know what? At the end of it all, I was picking up steam and gathering energy, because talking with the people of Pennsylvania about the things that really matter to them gives me a lot of hope, a lot of optimism for our future, because people want the things we're talking about. They want less government. They want less spending. They want more personal freedom. They want more individual liberty. They want hope. They want growth, economic growth, and they want prosperity for every Pennsylvanian. And so increasingly, folks are coming to our team, and I hope you will encourage your friends, your neighbors, to go to charlieforgovernor.com, take a look, see what we are all about, join our team, and help be our little ambassadors in every corner of the Commonwealth. Because ultimately, we all know that word-of-mouth advertising trumps these 30-second ads that are slick and scripted and flying over the transom at 150 miles an hour, and that folks are simply sick and tired of. And this week, we're going to be talking about education, something that Joe Biden talked about last week, borrowing a line from Terry McAuliffe of Virginia, who sunk the Democrats' hopes there for winning the governorship, when he basically said, parents, butt out of your kids' education, because Joe Biden says that when the kids are at school, they belong to the government. That's not something that Pennsylvanians want to hear or want to accept. So we're going to talk about parents being in charge, and we're going to offer some solutions to the nonsense that's going on in our schools right now. I don't want to see critical race theory taught anywhere in Pennsylvania, and I'll do everything I can to put a halt to it. I don't want to see the 1619 movement infiltrating and being indoctrinated into our kids. And I don't want to see biological men playing women's sports. The whole transgender thing really is completely lacking in basic common sense. What I do want to see is us getting back to the basics and teaching the core curriculum as it should be taught, allowing parents to see what that curriculum is all about. And in particular, I want to see us get back to teaching civics. As you know, I'm a legal immigrant, a naturalized citizen, somebody who had to pass a test in order to be a citizen of these great United States. And so I thought about that a little bit, and I realized a lot of my friends might have trouble passing a citizenship test. A lot of kids might, because we're not teaching civics in school anymore. So my proposal is to require every graduating senior from a Pennsylvania high school to pass a basic civics test as a prerequisite to picking up a diploma. That way we would know that they had read the Constitution, knew a little bit about the rule of law, had a basic understanding of our great and wonderful history, so rich in the traditions that have made us what we are and the vision that our founders had for us, rather than being taught the crud of us being a misogynist, racist, colonizing bunch of thugs that somehow were able to be the greatest nation in the history of the world. So we're going to talk about that this week all across Pennsylvania, and I know that people are very, very concerned about our children's future, and they want the quality education that we know all of them deserve, and the thorough and efficient education, which is their birthright as Pennsylvanians because it's guaranteed to them in our state's Constitution. And finally, this week we mourn the loss of Orrin Hatch, the senior senator from Utah, who was actually a Pennsylvanian, born in Homestead, Pennsylvania, who grew up in poverty, like the poverty that I had when I was born, who went on to Brigham Young University and back to the University of Pittsburgh Law School, and ended up as the longest-serving Republican in the history of the United States Senate, and in his final days in the Senate was the President Pro Tempore. A stalwart conservative for most of his career, Senator Hatch will be sorely missed, and may he rest in peace. And for now, as we look forward to May 17th, that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.